You're watching Action News Now. Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
And this is a live look at the Sundial Bridge in Reading. Look at all of those people heading out probably to the Garden of Lights. Howie, you and I know this is on our list of things we need to get done this year or early next year before they wrap it up. It's so beautiful out there.
It looks very Christmassy, whereas yesterday, hey, they looked kind of Halloweenish with all the fog, so it looked really, really nice at this moment. Now, here's another look from our Alert California live shot. That looks more Halloween-like there. Lime Saddle in Butte County looking off towards the northeast. So trees and some cloud cover as storms are headed their way into the area. Now, we could see a little fog. Now, it's going to come a timing thing. When the storms move in, it'll scour out and wash that fog away. But until that happens, we could still see some of that overnight and morning fog. Wet weather returns this weekend. And then during the work week, we'll have some gaps and some breaks, but breezy and wet for the next work week. Here's a look at our radar. Not super active. Some of the higher elevations, that moisture getting forced up, and we're seeing a little bit of rain, but I'm going to show you in a moment the storms that really should be moving into the area and when. So here's our temperatures. Won't fall as much in the mountains tonight. With the moisture moving in, we'll stay in the 30s, while the valley, hey, into the mid-40s. Now tomorrow, though, the clouds and rain are going to prevent a warm-up. Again, I said it earlier, the fog and the clouds, they kept us cooler during a good portion of this week when we were dry, and now the rain's coming, and we're going to stay very similar temperature-wise. Okay, here's our future cast. Pretty much present day, present time, Friday at 5 p.m. Let's move the time ahead now. Okay, there we are at about 2 o'clock in the morning. You're seeing all the storms kind of entering the coastal range. And then by about 7, 8, 9, 10 in the morning, here we go, storms moving into the area. We could see a half an inch, tune up to an inch of rain with this first round. And I say first round because we're, excuse me, looking at 1 to 2, 3 rounds or more of these storms over the course of the next several days. Remember, the later we go on Saturday, we actually could head off towards a dry spell as these troughs kind of pull away for a little bit and then re-enter the area maybe Sunday into overnight Monday. So we'll get a little bit of a dry spell, not a dry spell, but of a little bit of a dry off time period. Saturday at 6 p.m., here's where we are. High pressure moving off. I talked about the high moving off and storms moving in. That's going to spike up our winds overnight in those higher elevations. But here we go now. As we get closer to Sunday and into Monday, those storms, they drop back our way, and we'll see that rain again. But the good news is, Christmas, we might get a little bit of a gap dry off period for Christmas Day, so not a complete washout of the holidays. We got really lucky on Thanksgiving, remember. We were dry for all those travel days, but I think Christmas Day is looking the best. But to and from on Tuesday and Thursday, yeah, that might be a little bit on the wet and the breezy side. But hey, Rudolph can fly in that weather Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day will be okay for conditions on the ground. So going to be a wet, windy one, but Christmas Day looking pretty good, Haley.
That's why he has that big red nose, Howie, you know? To see through the storm.
Like the flashlight.
Right, yeah. All right, well, are you hitting the road for